But I was not good in science at all, especially maths. And now you have an opportunity to switch maths for psychology
True.
or geography.
Economics also.
Yeah. So what I did, I started tuitions where I started taking lectures for students of Marathi medium who actually wanted English tuitions. And once you pursue your passion, you become more responsible because it was your decision to pursue.
Agree.
So work hard. But I have seen a lot of people who say the old system was good. There is no such old system. Everything is changing every day.
अगर मैं कहूँ कि एक व्यक्ति को एजुकेशन फील्ड में 35 साल हो गए पर वो व्यक्ति 35 साल का ही लगे तो आप मानोगे क्या? आपको मानना पड़ेगा, राइट? मैं जिनके साथ मेरा पॉडकास्ट करने जा रहा हूँ वो एक ऐसा व्यक्तित्व है जिनको एजुकेशन में आज समय बीते 35 साल हो गए, यानी उनका 35वां साल या 36वां साल है एजुकेशन में। फिर भी जब आप पॉडकास्ट में उनको देखोगे तो मुझसे भी यंग, डायनेमिक और डैशिंग ऐसे व्यक्तित्व से मैं मिलाने लेके जा रहा हूँ। आइए मिलते हैं द वन एंड ओनली शिबू नायर, डायरेक्टर ऑफ कार्मल एजुकेशन ग्रुप। नमस्ते, वेलकम टू आवर पॉडकास्ट सर। मुझे गर्व होता है ये बोलने में कि मेरी जितनी उम्र है उससे कहीं ज़्यादा आज के मास्टर को पढ़ाने का अनुभव है, शिक्षण का और शिक्षा का अनुभव है। सर, आपने मुझे इंस्पायर किया था इन वन ऑफ द इवेंट फेलिसिटेशन सेरेमनी जहाँ पे यू वर गिविंग योर ब्लेसिंग टू अ पर्सन हु स्कोर्ड वेरी गुड मार्क्स, एंड तभी से एक इंस्पिरेशन मिला था कि एक दिन स्टेज पे ऐसे ही मैं भी बच्चों को फेलिसिटेट करूंगा आप ही की तरह। And I feel blessed to have you in our podcast. So thank you for being here.
Welcome.
Yes. So would love to know your journey as a learner. हर बच्चे को माता पिता और शिक्षकों से जानने का ये बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि हमारे शिक्षक भी हमारी तरह ये जर्नी से गुजरे होंगे. So would love to know your journey as a learner. So would love to know the name of the school, your favorite teachers, your everything. So we'll begin with your school, sir.
Yeah. I am from a very small village in Kerala.
Okay.
So my father and mother both were teachers. So they used to teach in a government school.
Okay.
So in government school at that time, the medium of instruction was Malayalam, vernacular. Here we have Marathi medium schools, just like that over there. So my parents wanted me to go to an English medium school.
Oh, okay.
And there were no English medium schools nearby.
Okay.
So you will not believe, from junior KG onwards, I was in a hostel.
Okay.
So I was in a boarding school.
Achha.
Kerala
only?
In Kerala only.
Okay.
So it's about 4 hours from my place. So I was put in that hostel. Initially, it was very difficult to stay away from your parents. And also we used to go only during vacations back to our house.
How old you were when you started?
I think hardly 4 years.
Oh.
So that time.
Very early.
That time, me and my sister, she's elder to me, and both were in hostels.
Okay.
So I studied in those schools till 10th standard. Basically, it was a convent school run by Christian missionaries, and later on I shifted to another school in class 6. The name is Sri Vidya Diraja Vidya Sadan. It's an English medium school. So I studied over there till 10th standard.
Wonderful.
And then again, I had to go further actually because there were no colleges nearby, so I had to go further. I went to another place where I began my junior college,
Okay.
11th, 12th. Same college, I went for my graduation also.
Correct. Kerala only.
Kerala only.
May I know the name of the college, junior college and degree college?
It's NSS.
Okay.
NSS College, Changana Shiri. That's the name of the. It's very difficult for you to pronounce that.
True.
Yeah. So that college I studied. But over there also I was in a hostel.
Okay.
So I used to go and I used to
Wow. So
study
you
in
were
the college.
emotionally connected to your parent, but you were detached physically.
Detached in the sense my parents made me understand why they are doing it.
Wow.
And today when I look back, that decision was very right because
That's
I got that exposure in my
So we can
initial
say
years.
that if parents are sending children to the hostel, that doesn't mean that they want to stay away from them. They want their child to get the perfect education or...
It's very subjective. So nowadays you have these facilities much more as compared to our days. But basically, when a parent sends you to a boarding school, it's to make you more responsible.
True.
Or maybe you may not have the facilities
Correct. They
in
want
the
them
place
to-
where they reside. It's like
I've
that.
seen nowadays parents want their child to go to a hostel. The reason is they want them to be away from mobile addiction, stay away from the comfort zone that they are in. As you mentioned, it is subjective.
Yeah, it's very subjective.
I agree.
It's very subjective, I feel.
So it's surprising to know that you started your journey with science, and then you got the love of your life, that is English.
Yeah,
You started your journey as a English teacher, if I'm not wrong.
correct.
Ah.
But I did not start my junior college
Ah.
as an art student.
Okay.
I started as a science student.
True.
So at that time, what happens, when you get a decent mark in class 10, the first choice is always science as far as parents are concerned.
And how about you?
At that time, there were no career guidance experts or anything like that.
Correct.
So what our parents used to say, we never used to say no to them.
True.
So my sister liked science, and she went for science. She is elder to me almost 2-3 years.
Correct.
So she cleared her entrance exams and she went to a medical college.
Wonderful.
So my parents thought because she could do it,
Even you.
I will also be able to do the same. But I was not good in science at all, especially maths. And now you have an opportunity to switch maths for psychology
True.
or geography.
Economics also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that time it was not available. So
Science
maths was compulsory. So I took physics, chemistry, biology, and maths.
Okay.
So, and they put me in one of the best entrance coaching institutes at that time.
Oh wow.
I'm saying about 1988, 87, 88. It's, so one of the best institute at that time.
Correct.
So we were 5 people who had gone together to the institute. All 4 of them are very reputed doctors now. So I have become a teacher. I don't regret that. I'm very successful.
100.
See, what happened after that, I did not clear my entrance exam. I always wanted to study literature because I was very good in literature. Even in my school days, I was a part of many competitions, literature fairs, everything. So I wanted to be a student of literature, basically.
True.
But again, my parents insisted. So there's a thought process now also you can see where people feel arts is for those students who are not doing very well in life and all, who cannot study and all. Opportunities are less, which is absolutely wrong.
Agree.
So they told me you can go for your graduation, but it should be graduation in science, BSc only.
Achha.
So I took chemistry.
Okay.
But this time I was wise enough to take minor as English literature. We have one major and one minor.
Correct.
So I took major chemistry, which I did not have any aptitude for, but I took minor English.
Correct.
So I used to attend all my English lectures, but I never used to attend that many chemistry lectures at that time. Again, what happened in the final exam, I got more marks in my minor subject as compared to my major subject.
Correct.
So now what happens, now in graduation, final year, normally you take, suppose you are taking psychology or literature, you take entire literature. So there, it was not like that. It was compulsory to study both the minor as well as major. It was like that. So once I got good marks in literature, and my parents, so I am getting lesser and lesser in chemistry. So finally they agreed. Now you can pursue your literature part.
So you have done your post-graduation in literature?
Post-graduation in literature, English literature. So I went for post-graduation in English literature, and then along with that, after that I went for B.Ed, Bachelor's in Education, and so I went over there. So I did my B.Ed, and along with my post-graduation, I started teaching in a tuition center over there. I still remember it was 10 rupees for 1 hour.
Oh, that's great.
So I got a lot of exposure because I started teaching
Kerala only? Or
Kerala. So I taught kids of class 11th and 12th when I was in post-graduation.
Oh, that's great. You must be 2021.
2021
And
at that time.
you were
At that
teaching
time,
16 and 17-year-old.
16 and 17-year-old. So it was a nice experience.
110%.
But that gave me a lot of exposure and a lot of confidence. And then by the time I began my teacher's training, so that time I was quite good as a teacher. I used to rate myself
One of the
above average at that time
Wonderful.
because I was able to communicate with children very well. So after that, I came to Mumbai.
Correct.
So I finished my training over there.
Correct. After your B.Ed.
After my B.Ed, I came to Mumbai.
Who was your favorite teacher in the school, guys? So who instilled this love for literature in you?
See, they always in teaching, there are two categories, and only two categories.
Okay.
One is popular teachers and one is unpopular teachers.
Okay.
There is no middle ground as far as teaching is
It's a big
concerned. It's
learning
that.
for all the
Yeah.
teachers. You need to get this from a master
So-
himself.
So what I'm telling you, I had a lot of good teachers. I was very blessed to have very good teachers. But our department head, Tamban sir, he was very good and very inspirational.
In school or college?
College, post-graduation. See, in school also we get some mentors, some teachers and all. Teachers, basically, they should be able to inspire you.
True.
For that, they have to touch us.
True.
For that, they have to have the passion to understand about us.
True.
So I was very blessed to have so many good teachers. And these teachers, when they used to come and give lectures in post-graduation and all, they used to teach Shakespeare and Shelley and Keats and all without even a textbook in their hand. They used to literally, what I'm telling you, become each part of that literary.
So they were the book themselves.
They were the book themselves, I can say. And I can say they were actors more than teachers. It was like that. So teachers are heroes, always good teachers.
I totally agree with
So we always want to be a hero.
True.
So I thought I'll become a teacher like him.
Agree.
Right. So the journey started there.
Wow.
But always in my life, I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, that was clear.
That is very clear.
At what age you got this clarity that you should?
So when I started teaching, I told you this
21.
11th and 12th standard students and all. No?
Why
So
was
I
it?
was, I could understand, I was able to connect. And I could feel that appreciation at the young age. So I felt this is my passion and this should be my profession. And anyone who is blessed with a profession which is his passion,
Kya baat hai?
they should not ask for any other blessedness because you get everything, everything
Agree.
in your profession, from your profession.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to get my passion as my profession.
I would want all the teachers to feel the same when they are on dais and passing on the love. And
Teaching is a very serious responsibility.
true. Okay.
I always feel someone who doesn't have a passion to teach should never become a teacher.
Wow.
The only criteria to become a teacher is that you have to have that passion towards teaching, love and care towards students. And anyone who doesn't have this, you're at the wrong place.
Again, a great message to all the teachers around. It should be a passion, even if you are getting less or more money, that doesn't make any difference.
Right.
But you should be passionate about teaching and reaching out to those who need you the most. And
And if you're passionate, what happens? You become successful.
true.
Money will come along with this.
Eventually, it will come.
It's a byproduct.
Byproduct, I agree.
You have to be good in what you are doing. It's not only for teaching, for any other profession.
Wow. So Kerala to Mumbai, ये कैसा हुआ आपके लिए?
Actually, we all in South, we are very curious about Mumbai.
Is it?
So we see this in movies and all. No? So the buildings, this Bollywood and Mumbai. Basically, I feel everyone who is not a part of this Mumbai life actually have a dream to come and see Mumbai at least once.
Once in their lifetime.
So my relatives were here in Vasai. So my mother's brothers and sisters, all of them, they were here. So I came for a visit.
Okay.
I came to see Mumbai.
Okay.
And I was very fascinated.
क्या बात है?
So when I came over here, I stayed with my uncle.
Okay.
So I told you, I had 2-3 of my uncles and aunties who were here. So one of them, he was close to the trustee of Thomas Baptist Junior College.
Okay.
So they had a vacancy for English.
TB college.
TB College.
Okay.
One of the best colleges
Vasai.
in Vasai and most reputed at that time.
Wow.
So they came to know from my uncle that I am here and I have done my post-graduation in literature and my B.Ed.
Correct.
Which was the qualification which was required by the government to become a junior college teacher.
True.
And that time there were no one who had this qualification who has applied for the job.
Okay.
Now it's reverse. Now you have surplus. That's good also, candidates, because nowadays a lot of kids go into this profession of teaching and all. So what happened when they came to know I am here and I have this qualification, they requested my uncle to take me, to them over there in the college. So I was taken over there one day and I was not aware of all these things, and they told me this is an aided college, and I never used to understand the difference between aided and unaided. So they told the government is paying the salary and you can join tomorrow. So there was no interview, nothing. So my certificates, the copies and all were there. So that time you cannot have these copies coming in WhatsApp and all. It's not like that.
No. Okay.
Fortunately, I had some copies with me.
Okay.
So I gave those copies to them, and they told, you got the job and appointment letter. So it all came very fast. And the funny part is, I got all Marathi medium classes in the first year, 4 divisions.
Okay.
And each division had near about 100 students at that time. And they could not understand my language, obviously Malayalam, and I could not understand Marathi. And English also, they were not that proficient because they were Marathi medium students. So imagine me going as a teacher to them. I speak only English over there and they speak mostly Marathi. But as I told you, a teacher is an actor. So you're communicating not only through language, your facial expression, your hands, everything will assist you to get that connect. And fortunately, I connected with them very fast.
Very good.
So, but one important thing I would like to tell you, I have come directly from the college. So I studied that time Shakespeare or Shelley or Byron and Chaucer. And then you come directly over here, you are going to teach 11th and 12th standard students basic grammar and all, which we had studied at a much younger age. So I was not good at grammar, a lot of things. So my colleagues at that time, they were very good teachers over here. We had this Jarna ma'am, Alka ma'am. So all of them were very good. Shubda ma'am and Matthew sir, all of them very proficient English teachers. So I used to go to them, especially Jarna ma'am and all. I used to learn from them. So I never thought, what will they think? And as a teacher, I was very open about it. I do not know these things, but I cannot go to the class and pretend I know everything and teach them something wrong. So I worked very hard for 2 years to know a lot of things which was essential to teach. So I became a very good teacher, at least for the students. They thought I am a good teacher, and the journey began there.
Correct. In Vasai, in the year
1994.
Oh wow.
Now what happens, because I joined an aided college, I required an approval from the government for them to give me salary. So my certificates, everything later on I bought, I sent it to the department, but it takes 1 year for the approval.
Okay.
So 1 year for the approval means you don't have salary during that time.
We can say you were on probation for that matter.
Probation. So I've come with hardly 2,000, 2,500 rupees at that time, which was a good amount at that time. So I thought I have to support myself. So the only way to support myself was to do some extra work after your college hours, which was 1 o'clock after that. But the only work I knew was to teach. So what I did, I started tuitions, home tuitions, where I started taking lectures for students of Marathi medium who actually wanted English tuitions. So I used to charge 50 rupees for 1 month.
Correct.
Per student. So it's almost 500, 600 rupees for a year. But that was sufficient for me at that time. It was like that. So I had 6 to 7 students. Then it became about 12 students.
Wonderful.
And next year it became about 40, 42 students.
Okay.
And then it grew.
Okay.
So it went to almost 300 students by the 5th year.
Oh.
So we started with other subjects, economics, then bookkeeping and accountancy and all. And then we started a school section. So by 2004, that's almost 10 years, we had more than 800 students.
Oh, wow.
So that time there was a rule that you cannot teach in a government institution and take tuition. And it was a very strict rule at that time.
Correct.
So I decided to resign.
Okay.
Although my management wanted me to continue.
Correct.
They were very supportive. So I believe whatever I am today, my parents gave me a good education, but it's because of TB College.
Wow.
They gave me that platform.
Very true.
So what happened, then I resigned. It was obviously a risk because
Big risk.
because it was a government job and you are resigning.
Ah.
But I was very confident about what I was doing. So today, when I look back, it's almost 30 years. Carmel is the single largest center across Mumbai.
True.
With more than 3,000 students in our institute.
Yeah.
So
3,000, that is this year, right? You have got more than 30,000 students till now.
all through my years. So and it's going very well.
Agree.
We don't advertise or at present I'm teaching students whose parents are my students for the bad students. So I'm very happy in that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to,
Right.
have the next generation.
Right.
And I hope for the best next to next generation also going to hear this through
Yeah.
our podcast.
Yeah. And in between, then we thought that now we have to, what I'm telling you, give something back to Vasai.
Society.
So we thought we will have one or two good schools. Good schools in the sense, Vasai already has got a lot of good schools and a lot of reputed schools. I thought we're a school where every child is happy and parents feel taken care of all the time and very inclusive school where any child can study irrespective of their level of understanding or IQ or anything like that. So now we have two schools. One is Isaac Newton Global School, which is one of the best schools in Vasai.
Wow.
It's affiliated to CBSE. So we have near about 1,600 students over there now.
That's great.
And we have this Mount Carmel High School and Junior College, again almost 1,500 students.
That's a state board institution.
State board. I can say the schools are known in Vasai
Agree.
for its inclusiveness.
Wow.
So we don't have any interviews or donations or anything like that. We take all the kids. We have special educators. So we take students who are autistic, but put them in the regular school along with the regular children with shadow teachers and all.
Wow.
So
Come again with the term? Shadow teacher.
shadow teachers.
What's that?
So the concept is a child who is hyperactive or ADHD or maybe autistic and all. What happens, the belief is that they cannot be a part of the regular school. So they go to special school sometimes. I personally believe they have to be in the company of a lot of children who may be as good as them or better than them, and also they actually learn a lot of things from the kids around them.
True.
So they need a positive environment.
Wow.
So by actually segregating them or by actually giving them a tag, special students and all, we are actually limiting their opportunities to interact with positive minds and interact with a lot of kids who have got a lot of different abilities and all. So I thought they should be a part of the normal regular school. There can be some students who may not be able to do this for specific reasons. So normally our special educators, they have a counseling session and they identify even if these kids are told by experts that they cannot, we try our level best to accommodate them. And once they are in the class, what happens, immediately they cannot adjust themselves to the environment over
It's a
there.
gradual process for them.
So you need someone to take care of them. So in a class of 40, it's difficult for the teacher to do it.
that's
So we
why.
give one teacher for that child.
क्या बात है?
So we call this concept shadow teacher.
teacher.
So that teacher takes care of only that child.
Wow.
That teacher should be very loving and caring and patient and all. So now you can see many of our students who joined in first standard. They are a part of the normal school in 4th, 5th now.
Wonderful.
And they don't have any shadow teachers now.
Afterwards, they doesn't require that.
Maybe 1 or 2 years.
That's great.
So I think it's one of the best things
Agree.
which I feel
Agree.
we were able to do.
Wow.
So it's a very inclusive school, and I'm a person who believe every child is unique.
Agree.
So there are qualities in every child.
Agree.
Only thing is that we are not looking for those qualities. We normally look for what you do not have.
Correct.
The shortcomings, yes or no,
true.
and we highlight it.
Ah.
And that too we highlight it in such a way that the child will feel I am good for nothing, because that's the way sometimes parents and teachers and all put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we make the child feel inferior all the time by highlighting his negatives basically. So the child stops looking within for the qualities. Actually, he has got a lot of qualities.
True. True.
So what we make the child understand, you are equally good as compared to anyone else.
Wow.
So you are not what you actually think because of what others tell about you.
Agree.
That is what is education is all about.
क्या बात है? Super.
So a child who may not be having a very good IQ but try so hard, so you get a C grade initially and you try a lot and you come to B, I think there should be a celebration.
110%.
So that time when the child is appreciated, the child feels so blessed and feel so confident and will always try for more.
Wow.
So improvement is important.
Agree.
Improve.
Agree.
And anyone can improve.
Correct.
Provided they try on their own and they get good support. A teacher should be the greatest support
Agree.
to a child.
Wow. Wow. Best learning for all the teachers.
Yeah.
So till now, how many special students we have catered to? If we check the numbers or the ratio.
We will not use the word special also over here.
Okay.
Such children, we have near about 25 to 30
Wow. Every year?
kids we get every year.
Wow.
Out of that, about 10 to 12, they come to the regular school. It's like that.
Wow. Wow. Wonderful. It's really a blessing for me to learn all these things. And we would want that all the young teachers, a dynamic one, would love to come into this amazing education industry. So it's a great opportunity for all of us to learn and gain this from you.
Right.
So how a government teacher living all the comfort of government salary, you have become an edupreneur in the year 2004,
Yeah.
exactly before 20 years. As you mentioned, it was a kind of a tough decision for you, right? Because I feel हम lectures में भी बोलते हैं कि इस विश्व में सबसे बड़ा addiction किसी भी चीज का ना हो but salary का हो जाता है. So how you made yourself so strong to transform your personality from an what I say, typical teacher, sorry to say this, but एक एटीट्यूड बन जाता है ना गवर्नमेंट टीचर्स का, जो मैंने देखा है. अच्छे टीचर्स भी होते हैं बट एक कंफर्ट जोन आ जाता है सैलरी का. तो वो कैसे छोड़ा आपने?
See, I told you I was very confident as a teacher and I got a job which was my passion. And I was very confident because I'm passionate towards what I'm doing. So I'll become successful. So at any point of time, I never had a thought I'll not be having sufficient money to survive. I always felt I'll get surplus because I'm very good in what I'm doing. And whatever I have earned, fame or money, everything is because of the courage I have shown to pursue my passion.
Wow.
I could have become a chemist or someone who is working in a lab because I was doing such a course over there. But I was open about what I had to do to my parents also at some point of time. So it's so important to all the kids. Pursue your passion. Now, what is the advantage, as compared to our times? For every passion, every interest you have, there is a related profession, which we did not have before.
True.
So you have to pursue your passion. And once you pursue your passion, you become more responsible because it was your decision to pursue.
Agree.
So work hard.
So how you balance your teaching and administration, because you admin, you are looking after the whole Carmel group,
Yeah.
education group. You're looking after two college, one junior college, and you have multiple verticals related to business. So how you satisfy your need as a teacher and how you balance as an admin, would love to know.
See, actually, what happens, when you grow, you have to understand you cannot do everything alone.
Agree.
That's when you require a team. Why you require a team? Because you're not good at everything.
Okay.
So what I am not good at, I'll find those qualities in my team members and put them over there.
Agree.
So I'm actually covering my shortfalls, by putting in those people who actually are better than me in that particular skill. So I am fortunate to have a very good team, and we divide responsibilities. And most important, we not only divide responsibilities, we audit them also.
Wow.
Audit is very important in any institution.
Agree.
For audit, you have to produce data. It should be a data-driven audit.
Wow.
So whatever activities happen over here, there's a related data.
Okay.
So we have given SOPs, or we have given flow charts for each process, and at every point, it's documented,
Wow.
which is audited at some point of time
Wow.
through the year.
Wow.
And once we do the audit, we can immediately understand the strengths and the gray areas, and wherever gray areas are there, so immediately you put more attention over there, so that in the next audit we have to make that gray areas green areas.
Wow.
So that's the whole idea.
I've seen this kind of thing for students. I'm hearing for the first time. We do it for teachers also.
Teachers.
That's great.
Teachers. So we normally, not only for teachers, for coordinators, for administrators, what they do should be documented.
Wow.
You cannot simply say a child is good or a child is not doing well and all. What data you have? So for every teacher, it's necessary to generate at least 2 pages of data about his or her student in a year's time.
क्या बात है?
So a child is being mischievous in the class, a child is very honest and doing his homework very well, a child may be talking and you may be warning the child, and the child may not be showing any interest, some may be depressed. All these things happen in your classroom. So spare 5 minutes to write it down.
क्या बात है?
But what happens, sometimes you write it down in a page for everyone. Now you have 10 pages. How will you correlate what has happened on a previous day and today for a particular child? So for each child, the documentation should be separate. So in open house, you sit in front of your
Student.
parent and you can tell the student he is good in this and this is the area he has to improve. And whenever we tell this, I always believe open houses are very scary for students who may not be that sincere or maybe getting less marks and all. I always believe a teacher should make the child comfortable first.
True.
And the parent is working day and night for the child. So the parent is not prepared to hear all what I'm telling you, negative things about their child initially. So what you have to do, every child will have some qualities.
True.
You tell about that first. For example, a mischievous child. So what you can say, he may be mischievous, but first what you will say, see, in 2-3 subjects he is doing very well.
Wow.
He make an effort. He show me the notes and all.
Wow.
But he is mischievous. That's fine. So many times what happens, you highlight the mischievousness first.
Right.
So I think it's all about man management. What is teaching all about? Managing your kids, making them comfortable, motivating them, inspiring them. For that you have to spend time on each kid. The unfortunate part with our teaching system is teachers are not paid at all very well. And the management always try to extract maximum from the teacher. So you give 200 students to a teacher. How will you judge each child?
Agree. It would
So
be quite difficult.
a teacher can teach 40 periods. You should give only 20 periods. 20 periods, this teacher should work on those children to analyze what they have done and all. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen over here. Many teachers do not know the names of their students also. So this NEP, this National Education Policy 2020, which is coming now, the whole idea is about holistic education, where a child should be judged not only on academics, on all his qualities.
True.
You're good in sports, you are good in music, you're good in arts, you are a good human being,
Wow.
you help your peers. All these things should be given credits. Now, credits are only given to what? Academic achievements. So, NEP is all about inclusiveness.
Wow.
So, every child will feel special. Imagine a child who is getting first in sports, only on that day is appreciated. Again, he is not good in maths. You know what happens.
For that.
But when you give marks for sports, or when you document it in your progress report and make it a criteria to judge you as a person, obviously, it will bring equality.
Okay.
So everyone will feel special.
Wow.
So NEP is all about
Holistic approach.
holistic approach.
You have already inculcated in a school.
But when can you do this? You can do this only when you know each child, his qualities and all. So if you have to make a mark sheet or a progress report where you have to document all these parameters, you should know the child.
Agree.
Otherwise, monotonously, you will write the same for 10 children, then something different for 10 children. There is no point. Implementing a NEP is a big challenge in our system. NEP is such a beautiful concept.
Wow.
If implemented well, will benefit our education.
Right?
Yeah, I've gone through the concept very well.
Wonderful.
People speak about NEP as, you have this Balvatika separate, then again primary or secondary. That's not NEP all about. People speak about that exactly, that structure. It's not about that. It's about inclusiveness.
Wow.
Make every child feel I'm as good as others. So, and allow a child to pursue what he wants to pursue. Now, if I'm not going for a medical degree or I'm not going to become an engineer, I can skip maths and science in 11th standard. So why cannot skip in 9th standard?
True.
Why should I study over there? You need only basic maths, basic science.
Agree.
So NEP gives us an opportunity to choose our subjects.
Wow.
From class 9 onwards especially, where a child who knows his aptitude can choose subject related to that aptitude. And one more thing, it's actually totally different from what we do now. We can mix streams also. For example, we can take 1 or 2 subjects from science and 1 or 2 from arts. It's a multidisciplinary system. It's like that. So if implemented well, it's very good. But one thing, what's going to happen, suppose the school has got fixed teachers for each subjects. So suddenly you get 10 different options more.
True.
But the school will say, we will give only 2 options because they do not want to put more teachers. I'll give an example in ICSE. ICSE is one board which gives an opportunity for students to skip maths and science in 9th standard. You can take economics or commercial studies or EVS.
Yeah.
But many schools will say, Dekho, this is compulsory. Maths and science is compulsory.
Extra teachers,
They don't have
the cost.
one extra teacher. But there will be 5 students at least who would have prospered, who would have been very happy
Agree.
if they got the subject of their choice.
Agree.
So I think NEP on paper is very good. But in practice, if you are not following completely what the heart of NEP is all about, then it's a waste of time and energy.
Correct. So I'd love to ask one more thing to you, sir. How today's teacher can be more relevant, as you still have the dynamism and the passion toward teaching. But when I've seen few teachers who indulge into education, and if they've invested, let's say 15, 20 years of their life in education, their life is now monotonous, right? And they cannot bring a new thing into the industry. So you have contributed really well to the education. How a teacher can be more relevant instead of only focusing on teaching the subject that he or she is teaching and getting the salary he or she or the charging fees to the institution. How teacher can have that relevance and can pass on the same passion when he started when he was young?
See, a good teacher is someone who loves three things.
Okay.
Number one, love for learners.
Correct.
Second one, love for learning.
Okay.
And third one, love for mixing these two things together.
Oh, wow.
So you should be a learner all the time.
Agree.
And I've been a teacher for the last 35 years. Every day is a new day for me because I'm meeting young minds, a lot of activities, a lot of enthusiasm around. And teaching is the only profession where you see new faces every year.
Correct.
Your batch goes and another one comes. Just to study these kids, it takes 1 year.
Agree.
And every child has got a story,
True.
which is what I'm telling you is the backbone, is the foundation for actually teaching that child in a better way.
Agree.
But some teachers try to know those stories. Some teachers may not.
True.
Stories in the sense, once you interact with your child regularly, they tell you a lot of things.
True.
And you learn a lot of things from them also.
Agree.
So I think a teacher will never feel bored if he has got the passion to learn and teach.
Wow.
So learning should be continuous. I'll give a simple example. Technology.
Right.
No technology can replace teachers. You know that part. You know that part
So
because.
no teacher should feel worried about AI,
But again,
machine learning.
there is a rider to this.
Okay.
Why a teacher who say no completely to technology
Will also be obsolete.
can be replaced by a teacher
Agree.
who use technology.
Agree.
So you have to understand, we have to use technology because the kids of today, they are used to studying in a totally different way, and actually it enhances our teaching.
Agree.
So you cannot say blindly, no, I will not use it. During COVID, everyone used technology.
Agree.
So my point is that it should be a hybrid system. You can mix all these things.
True.
So someone who says, I will not do anything which my management says related to use of technology in the classroom, I think they cannot survive in the present scenario. I told you, there are a lot of new things coming up. We have to learn from those things, take those things which are required and all. Now you told about AI. There are a lot of tools in AI which can make the life of a teacher much easier.
Agree.
But you're not going to follow blindly what AI is. Simply putting something into ChatGPT and taking out of it. Now, what is creativity? A teacher will never do that.
Agree.
But a teacher can use it for editing maybe.
Agree.
There is no harm in it.
Agree.
PPTs, and using Gamma, you can make PPTs. It's like that. It's fine. But you are not completely depending upon that. You can make it, but you can do a lot of changes which you actually want to do. There should be your touch in it. But I have seen a lot of people who say the old system was good. There is no such old system. Everything is changing every day.
So I'd love to ask you, sir, teachers nowadays are worried that they should jump into junior college or they should be part of private education. It happened to me also. So after completing my master's, I applied for NACIN. But after that, without looking at the result, I was like, I need that attention and appreciation, and I'm not going to get that satisfaction out of 40 minutes lecture in junior college. So I need that 1 hour or 90 minutes, and I got that in private education system. So teacher have this question, all the teachers, कि अगर वो प्राइवेट में जाएंगे तो एक इनसिक्योरिटी आएगा, उनको पेंशन नहीं मिलेगा, जो शायद सभी तो टीचर्स का बंद भी हो गया देखिए जो वैल्यू, और जितनी वैकेंसीज होनी चाहिए इतनी टीचर्स की वैकेंसी निकल भी नहीं रही है. So how a person would love to be part of educational institute, how they can decide that they would be part of private or government-aided institution?
See, basically, we are looking for good teachers all the time. I often get so surprised when people say, you are an engineer, you're not getting a job. You are an MBA, you're not getting a job. Or you're a teacher, you're not getting a job. Absolutely wrong. There are a lot of job vacancies. You don't get the right people.
Okay.
So I look for teachers all the time.
Agree.
Sometimes after interviewing 100 teachers also,
Huh.
I may not get a good teacher.
Agree.
What I am looking at in a good teacher when a teacher comes is not her or his qualifications initially. Body language. It should be very caring. You know, there should be a smile on the face.
True.
And when you communicate, you should be able to connect.
Correct.
So I'm looking for job skills nowadays more. So a teacher who has got these skills is in demand everywhere.
Correct.
May it be private or government or everywhere, they're going to prosper.
Wow.
Who is going to be pushed back? Someone who is not ready to change themselves
Agree.
at par with the changes which happens around them. Someone who is not flexible. That's a correct word.
Oh, wonderful.
Flexibility is one of the most important aspects which makes you a better professional.
Wow.
You have to adapt. Again, that's a very important word. Adapt.
Teacher need to have that adaptability.
Obviously. And how can you teach in a class where 40 students of 40 different characters
True.
if you cannot adapt?
Agree.
You're teaching from the same textbook, same exams, but all 40 are not robots.
Agree.
So what happens, you have to customize it.
Okay.
I'll give a simple example. If I'm a maths teacher, many students have problems with maths.
They hate mathematics.
Many of them.
Yeah.
But someone who likes maths, they like maths like anything.
True.
So a child who is doing very well in maths obviously will have a friend who is sitting over there and wondering how he is doing all these things.
Agree.
And this child who is not good at maths somehow want to survive in maths.
True.
He is not looking for 40 out of 40.
Agree.
So what the teacher should do, initially teach those kids only 1 mark, 2 mark questions. Out of 40, 22 marks, 1 mark, 2 mark questions.
True.
When can you do that? When you understand that child has a problem in maths. Whereas we tell in front of everyone, you cannot do maths, you're not doing well, you're not getting marks because you're teaching the child everything. 3 marks, 4 marks, challenging everything. Even if you know that the child doesn't have the capability to do all those sums.
True.
So teach them only 1 and 2 questions, no? Revise it again and again.
Very good insight.
And he will pass.
Wow.
You're teaching a child for an entire year and out of 40 the child is getting 3.
Very bad.
It's on you also, not only on the child.
Even if I consider 25% contribution is of teacher, which we have mentioned. So you are saying that teacher should not be bounded to the platform that he is getting to teach. He should go down or she should go down and reach out to each and every student.
A teacher who knows his students very well, takes care of them, think of them, will never have to look back.
Oh, wow.
Because they will get everything in life.
Yeah.
Success, fame, respect, money, everything. So I think teaching is one profession which will be of such great demand in the years to come. Because you don't get good teachers at all. How many teachers there who are very patient, who are very concerned, who is a continuous learner? Very less. Many teachers take up this profession, especially in schools I've seen, because it's a half-day job. And half-day you get free. So you can take care of your family very well. So 12:50, the bell rings, everyone is ready with the back to run.
Including teachers.
That is in teachers. It's not students who are running. The teacher is ready to run.
So it's not passion.
It's not
It's
passion.
a profession.
I think so important to keep those teachers who are not passionate about what they are doing out of this profession.
Yeah, so we can join hand and request to all those who are not passionate, find a profession for you.
Different.
Perform passion.
And for anyone who is passionate in teaching, there is no better profession than this. I have come to Vasai with 2,500 rupees. All these things I have got now because of my passion. I have seen hundreds of teachers like me who are very successful. In my institution, there are some teachers whom I feel should never leave me because they are a blessing. Not only for the students, for the institution also.
Correct.
So I will give them more salary. I will tell them to wait back. And there may be someone also among these teachers whom I feel if they go, it's fine because they are not dedicated to the profession. I'll give a simple example. When these demo lectures happen, so you send a teacher to the class and then later on you ask the students how the teacher is. So sometimes the students say, sir, this time you have sent the child, send the teacher to my class. But do not send him again in one lecture.
Okay.
But in certain cases, what they say, सर जबरदस्त लेक्चर,
यही चाहिए।
हाँ यही चाहिए.
हाँ.
I hope you understood.
I agree.
Now you are telling in one lecture you are telling यही चाहिए means the person who was teaching over here till now what he was doing. एक साल से वो सिखा रहा था, अभी ये टीचर गया एक ही पीरियड में बोल रहा है सर वो सर नहीं चाहिए यही चाहिए.
Oh wow.
So how does it reflect on the teacher who was already teaching that subject?
True.
60% of the teachers do not do what they are doing.
अच्छा.
There is no connect at all, and the way they speak to the children and all, I feel is not the way you should talk to a child in the present era. So one more thing, previously when we were students and they were teachers, now always our parents also tell, or nowadays parents tell, when we were students, we used to respect teachers and all, but because there was not only respect, there was fear also.
Agree.
Fear was a tool to actually conduct a lecture,
Okay.
to keep everyone disciplined.
So the fear is a prerequisite of the respect that teacher wants.
That time,
Okay.
the teacher had a cane in his hand, and teacher could do anything. You are following the same tactics now. Although you may not be beating them with your hand, but you are beating them with your words.
True.
Words have the power to heal as well as destroy.
To kill.
And teachers should understand this part a lot.
To balance.
You change. You see what's changing around you.
Agree.
You change accordingly.
Wow. Adapt, as you mentioned.
Adapt.
And our segment of our podcast, which talks about big theory. In that, we ask our masters to share some great books. And as we know very well, you are author of a wonderful book, and you're coming up with one more book, which would be a kind of a great gift to the parent as well as teachers and learners. So, आपने ऐसी कौन सी किताबें पढ़ी थी जो आपको इंस्पायर कर गई और आपको लगता है ये किताब सबको पढ़नी चाहिए? Everybody should.
See, basically, initially I used to read literature a lot. I used to like a lot of poems and all, especially Wordsworth, Keats and Shelley at that time when we were students. And I used to read a lot of novels, lot of local language in Malayalam. I used to read a lot of novels and all. And I was...
you mentioned that you studied in English medium.
But Malayalam was a compulsory language for us.
Okay.
And I love my
Mother tongue.
Because we always... for any person, the most important language is mother tongue. You think in your mother tongue.
Wow.
English is no more a language now. English has become a skill now.
Oh. Wow.
You need English. It has become a skill now. No more a language.
Wow.
So I used to read a lot of books over there. But when I became a teacher, I found out, see, a lot of kids require a lesson in how to remain happy in life also.
Right.
You know, all successful people are not happy, but all happy people are successful.
Oh, wow.
So what is your priority to be happy? You ask anyone. It's not money, it's not your profession. Everyone will say, I want to be happy. That's why we are doing all these things. But unfortunately, we are not. You check anyone.
Agree.
They may have everything.
Agree. And I could see the
But
happiness on your face.
Yeah.
And if you can just zoom, which is not possible, but if you zoom, that he started when he was 20 and since was 35 plus year he is teaching, so you can make out a young gentleman who is sitting here and is showing to the world that what passion can do to an individual. So this is a wonderful learning for all the teachers around.
So it's about happiness all the time. And as teachers, we have to instill in kids this idea. It's not about success, it's about happiness. When can we do this? When we are happy.
Agree.
I think teachers should give a lot of importance to self-care.
Oh, wow.
Self-care is not selfish. You have to take care of yourself, and both physically as well as emotionally. And when you are happy, then you can bring happiness to your children. And many a times you can hear when a teacher comes to the class, students tell others, "Aaj sir ka mood acha nahi hai." Because he is carrying forward something which had happened in his house to the class, which you should never do. So my point is, it's all about happiness. So I felt simple things can make you very much happy when you are aware of what you have in your life as compared to a lot of others. You count what you have, your blessings,
Wow.
and then have gratitude
Wow.
towards this universe, God, whatever you call,
Wow.
for giving you everything.
Wow.
I think gratitude is the single most important aspect which can give you happiness.
Wow.
You should have
So
gratitude.
every teacher should start the day with a gratitude or start their lecture with a gratitude.
Gratitude, obviously.
Yeah.
Grateful to a lot of people, lot of lot of things which you have in your life and people you have in your life.
Agree.
I'm a strong believer of God. So I believe there's a power. You call it with different names. But a lot of things around us we cannot explain.
Agree.
You see any creature, however small it may be, it's given those features which make them adapt to the surroundings.
Wow.
What explanation you have?
Oh, super.
So there is a power, and we trust that power.
Agree.
We call it in different names.
Agree.
So when you trust God, you trust completely.
True.
We all trust in percentages, I can say. You go to church or temple or a mosque and you pray. Why you are praying? Because He is the superpower and He will be able to take care of you completely. But once you come out of the prayer hall, you again begin to worry. So you're not trusting God at all.
Agree.
So if you believe, then you believe completely.
Wow. Otherwise, don't.
Anyone who believes completely will not have any problems because you know He's going to take care of you.
Agree. In any situation, everybody can.
So I thought I'll write about all these things, and this book, Why Should I Worry When... see, you can see this book, when I can face the world. It's all about staying happy in life, grounded, simple, and look around to see there are a lot of blessings.
True.
Sometimes what happens, you may not see those people who are close to you, who love you a lot. Because you take them for granted.
Agree.
Give some time for them, importance for them. We do not require a lot of things to be happy in life.
Agree.
So cultivate gratitude. So this book is all about
Same.
and this book we have published about 2 years back. Valiant Publications have published this in USA, in India as well as UK. It's published and we have sold more than about 6,000 copies already.
Wow. Super.
So an audio book is coming. For this book, an audio version is coming now. So the next book is about parenting, basically, because parents are confused now. You are actually sandwiched.
True.
Our parents used to be very strict. We used to respect them a lot. So we want our children to be like that.
True.
Our children are looking at us in a totally different way. We have to be friendly. We have to take care of them. We have to give time and all. So we do not know where and what we should do and where we stand at this point of time. So I'm writing a book on parenting, basically. The name of the book is Parenting Strategies Unplugged. It's a guide on positive parenting. This will be published by July 2024. It will be available in Amazon also. So I feel having a child itself is a blessing.
Agree.
So parents should understand that and feel blessed about it.
Wow.
So as a teacher, I feel no one should feel insecure because if you are a good teacher, you have that passion, you'll be always in demand.
Okay. God bless you. And you already mentioned about individuals. You mentioned about the mentors from whom you have learned all these things, all the trade, right? I'd love to know about your goal toward the education stream, the goal of Carmel Education Group toward education stream.
See, basically, academic results becomes an important part because our system is as such.
Yeah, we have to.
We cannot ignore academic results. Although we tell you pursue your passions and all, but along with that, we know to go to the next level,
We'll have to follow the structure.
the structure is show your certificate.
Yeah.
Till the time, the demand is more and the supply is less. Academic achievements becomes important.
Okay.
So you have 60,000 seats for medical admissions, and you have 23 lakh people writing for it, NEET results becomes important. Suppose you have 1 lakh seats and there is only 30,000 applying, then academic results may not be that important. But unfortunately, such a huge country like ours, academic results becomes the stepping stone for the next level entry. Gate pass is our certificate.
agree.
But along with that, job skills is very important. I believe everyone should cultivate job skills also. That's also equally important. So my goal basically is on one way, make them academically successful, confident, or on the other way, make them feel valuable. They should feel I am capable of taking care of a lot of people around me. At the age of 20 to 23, I reach a position where I can hold the hands of a lot of people who has given everything to me in my life and take care of them. So the child should become aware that, say, I can also be like others, as successful, as good as others. So I'm not less than others. To make my student feel I am not less than others is a primary goal.
True.
And obviously, as I told, the importance of happiness, sharing and caring. So in a classroom, I always feel a child should feel appreciated, and at the same time I put limits and restrictions when required. That's very important. You have to balance it. So overall goal is to have a child growing up as a very happy,
Learner.
self-confident individual who believes in himself and his abilities. So I want to empower these kids with that belief
True.
that I can
Become
fly where I want to. So I want to give them wings.
क्या बात है. So much of learning that happened in this podcast. I'm so feeling blessed about having you in my podcast. Thank you so very much for all the time and inputs, for all the amazing teachers and students, and hope for the best that we can have such more sessions with you.
Thank you so much. Sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
God bless. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.